Hi and welcome to this video. Sean here, your RSA approved driving instructor with PassFirstTime.ie, and another edition of the Ask the Instructor series. In this video we're going to take a look at driving test related questions. These pretty much are questions that I get asked on a weekly basis. So if you are prepping for your driving test at the moment, I hope you find these interesting. For more info, check out our website, PassFirstTime.ie, and you can have a look at our free course, which is Driving Test Secrets, or our full course on the website as well. But let's get into it. What are today's questions? What happens if I go the wrong way on the driving test? What do I do if the light goes amber on a test? What does the examiner ask, when does the examiner ask the hand signals? When do I use the handbrake on a driving test? And how long does the driving test take? All pretty regular questions to most driving instructors around the country. So let's have a look at question number 1. What happens if I go the wrong way on a driving test? Now this happens quite a bit because you're going left, right, third exit, second exit, etc. It's very easy to go the wrong way. So is it a big boo-boo? Is it a big problem? Well, let's find out. The answer is not particularly if you keep calm and continue in the wrong direction. The examiner mightn't be too happy going off track, but there is no penalty for taking the wrong direction. Where it can go wrong is if you halfway through going the wrong way, figure out you're going the wrong way and try and fix it by cutting across a junction or shooting across a roundabout and doing something potentially dangerous. Then it's a problem. Then you will be penalised and maybe even fail your driving test. So go with the flow is the answer. If you go the wrong way, even if you realise it, when it's too late to counteract it or change it safely, continue the wrong way and the examiner will reroute your driving test and the penalty will be 0 if you do that. So let's go to number 2. What do I do if the light goes amber on a driving test? So what does an amber light mean? An amber light means stop if it's safe to do so. So this is where observation comes in. You need to keep an eye on the light as you approach the junction. Has it been green for a long time? Has it just turned green? Has it just turned red? And you need to be able to anticipate that maybe the light might change to amber. If it does change to amber, the rule is if you can stop safely, you should. But if you're past what I would call the point of no return, in other words, if you're so close that you wouldn't be able to stop safely, if you're over the line, if you're already out in the junction, then you should keep going. That is the safer thing to do. So keep an eye on the light is the most important, and you can even talk yourself through it. If the light is green for a good while on approach, you can say to yourself, well, if it goes amber anytime from now on, I would call it again the point of no return. I will have to keep going. I cannot stop safely. And that clears it up for you. What you don't want to do is to get muddled when the light goes amber and be in a situation of, will I stop or won't I? You want to try and keep it as clear as you possibly can for yourself. Next question, and this is, when does the examiner ask you to do the hand signals? Common enough old question as well, and the answer is usually after the turnabout. Sometimes maybe after the reverse. I've heard of that, but from my 20 years plus experience, it is pretty much always after the turnabout on the road. You will be asked to pull in and demonstrate probably 2 if not 3 hand signals. From there we go to question 4. When do I use the handbrake? This is a big one, and driving instructors can differ on the answer to this, but I'm going to give you my pinch of salt on it and when I think you should use the handbrake. The answer I would give to people is you use the handbrake when necessary is the overall broad answer, but when you get delayed in traffic or you stop on a hill or an incline is pretty much the answer. So if you come up to a light and the light has just gone red and you know you're going to be there for a little while, as well as maybe leaving her in gear if you're the first car. If you're well back in the line, by the way, you could probably put her into neutral as well if you think you'll have time to change back into one and move away safely. But you would put on your handbrake on this occasion if you are delayed to keep your car secure. It does definitely keep your car more secure. Also, if the junction or the traffic light happens to be on a hill, by putting on your handbrake, there's no fear of you rolling backwards. Remember, rolling backwards, it can be a grade 2 or possibly even a grade 3 error on a driving test. So use the handbrake when you need it. If you stop on a flat surface and you can see that you're going to move away pretty much straight away and you have no fear of rolling, then you don't need the handbrake. So be very clear on when and where you need it yourself. Normally I'd tell people to keep their hands up on the wheel for maybe 2 or 3, 4, 5 seconds even before applying the handbrake, just to make sure, yeah, this is a place for the handbrake, I am going to put it on. And again, it secures the car and it keeps you nice and safe. What the examiner doesn't want to see, by the way, is you taking your hand off the steering wheel a bit too early when you're coming to a stop and applying the handbrake when the car is rolling. So be careful you don't do that, because that will be a penalty. It's the foot brake should stop the car and the handbrake then holds the car steady. If you stop on a hill or an incline, you definitely need the handbrake to hold you steady. You can hold the car on the clutch for a little while, but if there is any bit of a delay, I would be putting the handbrake on just for safety and to keep the car more secure. Let's go to the next question and our last one for this video. How long does the driving test take? Now, it varies is the answer, but usually somewhere between around 30 and 45 minutes, depending on the tester and the driving test centre. Sometimes maybe even a little longer. But on average, you are going to be driving between 30 and 45 minutes. And if you keep calm, cool and drive safely, that 45 minutes will lead you to a driving license. So I hope that has been helpful. If you have any questions, by the way, that you would like to ask the instructor, please put them in the comments below and we'll get to them over the next couple of weeks. And if you're doing your driving test in the next couple of weeks, prepare early. Make sure you're well prepared, because people are getting called reasonably quickly now, especially if they're on that essential list. You could be called in a couple of weeks, so make sure that you are prepared for your driving test. Check out our website PassFirstTime.ie for loads more tips, and get our free driving test secrets mini course on the website as well. There are lots of tips in that. Like and subscribe if you found the video helpful. Thank you to everybody. We had a lot of subscribers this week, so thank you to everybody who subscribed this week. Thanks for watching. Safe motoring, and I'll talk to you and see you hopefully in the next video.